Representative Ruskowski, by the way, Representative Ruskowski and I got confused for one another. I got lobbied for about 5 minutes by a nice lady at the hallway outside the Republican door, and then at the end she said, "Thank you so much, Representative Ruskowski, for your time." So I've been giving that poor guy a hard time the last several days for being so darn ugly. But Representative Ruskowski, you have a penny that you wear on your lapel, not a penny more, right? So my question to you is, if it's, and I think you talk about, we don't need a penny more revenue. Do we need a penny more of pork? Should we be doing one more penny for the Donald Trumps of the world or the Kim Kardashians? I assume, my question to you, Representative Ruskowski, is if you don't support another penny of revenue, I assume you don't support another penny of pork. Is that right?
Representative Ruskowski.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Representative Atkins. As a matter of fact, we had a chance to shoot a pig yesterday, and that was the political contribution refund program. I didn't look up exactly how you voted on it, but that was a piece of pork that evaporates in this bill, thank goodness. And the reality is, yes, we spent $30 billion of taxpayer money in Minnesota in the current biennium, another $2 billion of stimulus money, so a $32 billion budget. $32 billion is the money that the state of Minnesota is running on right now. We're proposing a $34 billion budget, the largest budget in the history of Minnesota. And Representative Atkins, I certainly hope that you don't have visions of pork and that additional $2 billion of tax money that you want to go in and use the arm of government to reach into the hands of Minnesota families and businesses that will disallow 200,000 Minnesotans from getting a job back. Thank you, Representative Atkins.
Representative Atkins.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Oh, no, thank you, Representative Ruskowski. Representative Gottwald, will you yield?
He will yield. Representative Atkins.
Representative Gottwald, where's your penny? Mr. Speaker, my question is, if we're not going to do a penny more of revenue, why are we going to do a penny more of pork? Talk to me about pork. Representative Ruskowski, who's now abandoned his post there, but he went back. Maybe I'll talk to Representative Biskins next. That would be even better. But if we're not going to do a penny more of revenue, then we ought not to be doing a penny more of pork. And I think that's what Representative Ruskowski said to me. Representative Gottwald, I've got a penny for you. If you're against a penny more of revenue, are you against a penny more of pork? Especially this Hollywood pork, this Kim Kardashian pork, Donald Trump pork. Do you oppose that, Representative Ruskowski?
You're asking Representative Gottwald to yield? He will yield. Representative Gottwald.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, Representative Atkins, Mr. Speaker, Representative Atkins, thank you. Very entertaining. It's interesting having someone like Representative Atkins lecturing us on pork. Kind of interesting in light of the fact that we're in a position now where we're looking at what, let's see, I think Governor Dayton wants us to go about 11%, and we're being told that the taxes are only going to fall, members, on the top 2%. The really wealthy fat cats, it's the only people who are going to have to pay anything more. But that's simply not true, members. The pork, the 11% increase in state spending at a time when nobody else is seeing that kind of an increase in their income, in their business margin. A lot of people being laid off and furloughed. Nobody else is seeing that kind of growth, but Governor Dayton and the Democrats want to grow state government 11%, and it isn't just the wealthy. That's the surprise about it. Is this gets spread across the state of Minnesota. It affects every single person in Minnesota. Those taxes will drive 200,000 jobs out of Minnesota. What are those people going to do, Representative Atkins? They're going to be on unemployment. They're going to have to sign up for our public programs. And what's going to happen with that money? Where's that money going to come from? So Representative Atkins, if you want to talk about pork, you know, we can have some equal opportunity debate here. It's extraordinary, you know. This tax bill, I think I'd be glad to kind of put a little lipstick on this pig and maybe shoot the other pig.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Representative Atkins.
Why were you pointing at Representative Davids when you said that? I don't know what rule that is. Rule H.2, Mr. Speaker. But I'll withdraw that point of order. But I see my good friend, the chair of the Tax Committee, has an additional comment, and I will sit down briefly and then am I yielding the floor, though, Mr. Speaker? I don't want to be doing that, but I think he's got more to tell me. But I'll tell you what, for any of you that vote against this bill, or just send it back to the conference committee, I got a penny for each of you. It's a penny wise and pound foolish kind of bill. If you don't have a penny for new revenue, actually I borrowed it from Mahoney, so he's got several pennies that I will award to each of you if you will vote against this pork-laden pig of a bill and send it back to the conference committee.